Welcome, welcome, and good evening to Building Momentum to Emerge 20 Challenge. Sorry, I have to do this. Building Momentum to Emerge Challenge for the next 27 days. Today is the third day. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I would hold on a bit whilst we welcome people in. Welcome. Welcome. For some reason, I'm not able to see who just joined, but we've got 3 people joining us. Thank you for joining Building Momentum to Emerge Challenge. Today is the third day. And today we are discussing life's event. If you are on for the last 2 days, we have been talking about what the event, the challenge is all about, shedding off weight and building the muscle to be able to move on. That's what we have been discussing in the last 2 days. And today we are talking about events of our lives, significant events of our lives. That's what we're discussing today. And my name is Lady May. I am Lady May, a behavioral therapist, an author, and founder of Emerge New Woman and Emerge Institute. Welcome, Miriam. Welcome, and thank you for joining. Right, so whilst we wait for others to join us, yesterday we discussed building the muscle, building the energy to be able to emerge, and we explained that building that muscle is what is termed as momentum. Now, momentum is the energy, is the strength to be able to move, which means there's movement in the process of emerging. And so this challenge is about building that strength to move on from where you're stuck, from stagnation, to propel you into your dreams, into your desires, into achieving what you so want, the success you desire. This is what the challenge is about. We established that a number of things, life challenges, holds us down. Life gets in the way, and there's not much you can do about it. But what you can do is to build the muscle. So whenever there's a life challenge, you're able to push past it. You're able to deal with the emotions it comes with and move on. And so that's what we're discussing today. Today we're discussing, for those who want to know where they are, we're discussing the event of your life, because that is a way of knowing where you are. Knowing where you are. We are discussing the events of our lives to best understand where you are currently and what is influencing or impacting your life, impacting your emotions, the way you feel, the behaviors you put up. What exactly is impacting it? That is what we are discussing. And so welcome and thank you for joining the challenge today. It's day 3. What is your story? What events? Event basically is the happenings, the incident in your life from as far back as you can remember as a child to your adulthood. When you talk about the past, we take ourselves so far back, but the past starts from, I think, a minute ago is a past. Yesterday is a past. A week ago is a past. A month ago, a year ago, a decade ago. So from as far back as you can remember till date, what has been the happenings in your life? What has been the challenges? What event has happened in your life? Now, significant event that calls for attention, event that shook you, shook your emotions, that shifted your emotions, that shifted your well-being. That is what we are referring to. So significant event of your life. That's what we're discussing. And sometimes you have to go back to identify why you're feeling the way you're feeling, why you're doing things the way you're doing. Because we all, as humans, try to push away the events, the occurrences, the unpleasant ones, the ones that hurt, the ones that makes us uncomfortable. We try to push it to one side. And unless you go into it, you will not be able to deal with it. And that is why we are discussing events. So what events have you experienced? What has been your life story? If you're just joining me, please put in the chat what your story is. What have you experienced? Share with me what has really shifted your emotions. What has resulted in those decisions you've taken? What has made you withdraw? And so traveling back in time, I want us to reflect on 3 major events. For some of us, it could be the loss of a loved one. For others, it is marriage or relationship issues. It could be the loss, a breakup. It could be the loss of your job. It could be betrayal. Whatever those incidents are, I would like anyone joining me to put in a chat or send me a private message on what events, life's events have gone on in your life. How have you dealt with it? What are you struggling with? 3 major events that you would like to discuss, that you feel is holding you back. Even if you don't feel it's holding you back, please share with us. It could be bullying. As a child, people have gone through bullying in school, and that has impact on your life. When you have been betrayed, it impacts on your trust, your self-esteem. It impacts on it becomes a shock to your system. You start doubting yourself. You start doubting others. These effects goes a long way to affect your relationships. It goes a long way to affect the way you do things at work, at home, in any social or public place. And that is why it is necessary for us to deal with those events. And so I ask, what event has really shaken you? What event has taken you off your normal route? Those are the events I would be discussing over tomorrow. We would be exploring into details exactly what each event has done, the effect of it, how it has shifted your emotions and your perception, how it has changed the way you relate to people, how you behave towards people. There was a time in my life when I disconnected, when I turned down every invitation, even from friends or family, when I completely shut down and refused any socialization. When everyone was going out, I would be home. And this is just when I've had my baby. And there are a lot of people, there are a lot of us like that. There are a lot of people who withdraw, who disconnect, who becomes isolated, who do not want to relate to people anymore, who do not want to be in a public space when they have experienced difficulties and they are struggling to accept those changes in their lives. When there is a change in your life and you're struggling to accept it, and you're struggling to keep it to yourself, you're struggling to accept that it exists. Have you ever found yourself in that situation when you're dealing with a situation that you're struggling and not sure how to go about it, and you are shutting everybody away because you want to keep your cards to your chest, and it's weighing you down? Have you ever experienced that? This is where I was about 12 years ago. A lot of us are experiencing that. Not sure how to deal with it, not sure where to go from or where to go to for help, how to start all over again. It is very normal for women. Mine was after I had my baby. And any woman would, I believe, this will resonate with you when you've had a baby and there's been changes and you're not sure whether it's you or you're going through a number of struggles all up here. It's very difficult to relate to people in a safe place. It becomes difficult to open up for fear that maybe you're being extra, you're trying to be a perfectionist. But wherever you find yourself, someone has already been there. And this is why we are doing this challenge. This is why we are building these muscles to be able to emerge from where life stopped. In my case, I would hardly go out of my house. I did business from home. I would send anybody to go for meetings except me. I don't know what you're dealing with. Is it betrayal that is put you in a state of shock? Is it bereavement? Is it a breakup? Is it divorce? Is it the loss of a job? What have you lost? Because I know a lot of people are struggling emotionally. And so join us tomorrow as we explore more into those life events, those events that has taken us off where we originally were, those events that has made you step back, that has made you stuck, not sure where to go from where you are. And so for tomorrow, and if you would do it with me, write 3 events, life-changing event, 3 significant events in your life that you remember. And please go back as much as you can. 3 significant events. If you would like to share with me, please do so at any time. You can share with me in the comment. You can share with me in private message or email me, wherever you feel comfortable, and let's discuss it. I believe and I pray that by the end of this challenge, you would have built enough muscles, enough strength to emerge with speed and direction. And so tomorrow we will be exploring more into the events of our lives. And so join me tomorrow and let's explore more into the events and how they have impacted us, how they have shifted us, how they've made us stuck. Hello, Jackie. Thanks for joining. Hello, Delisha. Thanks for joining. Hello, Somi. Thank you all for joining. This is Lady May. And this is the 3rd day for Building Momentum to Emerge Challenge. Tomorrow, we would be discussing, exploring each event, how to explore them, how to know whether those events have really impacted you, and how to release yourself from the past. And so thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to a time with you, same time tomorrow. Have a good evening. Thank you.